So in this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about setting new routines when you're dealing with chronic pain and getting cozy for fall, preparing so we are not surprised when flares come. I've also got something really exciting happening, and I wanted to share that with you guys as well. You want to come inside? She's been standing staring at me through the window, but apparently she doesn't want to come in. You just want attention. Okay, come on. Go inside. This fall has a lot of changes happening, but that's a good thing. For all of my chronic buddies out there that are dealing with chronic pain and fibromyalgia, IBD, autoimmune disorders and things like that, you know that this is a nice time to get cozy and buckle up, because there's a very big chance that flares happen when things start getting colder. I was doing printing up some orders from the Etsy store earlier today, and I now have paper cuttings everywhere. So we're just going to put a bit of a speed run on things, clean up this mess. Welcome back. It is fall. It's not even around the corner. It is legitimately here. So it is time to refresh those routines, get all cozied up for the season, and embrace creative, wonderful new beginnings. Speaking of new beginnings, I have something super exciting to share with you guys. Next week, I'm releasing my very first novel, which is totally mind-blowing to me. It's a murder mystery romance novel, and I can't wait to give you guys a sneak peek. Maya returns to her picturesque hometown of Silveridge to confront family tragedy and reconnect with her past. As she unexpectedly ignites a romantic flame, their joy is soon overshadowed by a shocking murder that disrupts their lives. With hidden truths resurfacing, Maya must navigate her grief and the darkness enveloping the town. Can their love withstand the chaos threatening to tear them apart? Well, you'll have to find out. Get the book. Yeah, I do a lot of different stuff, but let's get back to resetting our routines for fall, especially for chronic pain. I find that color coding my schedule, as crazy as that sounds, is a really, really good thing, because I try to put things in different, things that are self-care, things that are home life, things that are work, things that are freelance, things that are medical or anything like that, and trying to sort of, the same thing that you do when you try to meal plan, making sure that you're getting eat the rainbow, that whole concept. I kind of try to go with that for my day-to-day as well, because when I color code things, I can see if I'm doing a lot of one thing and neglecting another. At this point, because I'm a total planner nerd, yes, I do still use my Happy Planner, which I love, but I also do all of this in Notion so that I can kind of add it in as to-dos and just kind of click the check mark. I find that extremely satisfying. You kind of have to do whatever works for you, The same color coding, goes for my DIY Kanban board. I do like to plan in quarters, but I find that because I don't know when I'm going to have a flare, if I'm going to be behind, all of those things, I kind of like to have an overall thing for the quarter, but I reset my goals every month because I feel like it's really, really important for me to, at the end of the month, go what worked, what didn't work, how do I need to adjust things and change things, because it is so up and down with how much I can handle. And with each season, there's so much to take into account. There's, am I having a flare with my Crohn's, which I am right now? Am I having a flare with my fibro, which is, we're getting there. And how are the kids doing? Because we do have a neurospicy family, so you never know. And that's just like a big puzzle for everybody. It's not just my schedule that needs to be flexible. One thing that I have been totally in love with since the summer is a new app that I found. This is not sponsored or anything like that, but I am totally in love with Finch. It is so darn cute. You have like this, it's kind of sort of like a little Tamagotchi, but it's a bird, but it's like, I think they call them burbs. They're just adorable. Mine's name is Bean, and you get to take care of Bean, and you get to send him on adventures and do quests and things like that, all while building your routines and things that you want to do, like a little checkbox. And there is a paid version, but I don't do that one. I just do the free one, and that's worked fine for me. And it is so freaking cute. Gamifying things is always a good idea. And being prepared, especially when you're not sure if you're going to be hurting really bad this week or not, is really important. Like, be kind to future self that is not feeling so good when you have a little bit of extra to give. This is why I try to sort of make it part of my routine to plan for the days when I'm not feeling well. That way it doesn't come as a surprise when it happens. It's like, oh yes, it's your turn. You're here now. Hi, Flair. Okay, this is what we've planned for today. So sometimes I'll save a movie that I've been wanting to watch, and I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to save that for a Flair day. And that way, when that day comes, it's like, okay, this is my time to watch Miss Peregrine. And, oh yeah, I saved this special bath bomb for the day. The next day I have a Flair. Or this is something I really recommend. This is a love letter that I wrote to myself to try to show support and reminding myself that I am actually good at things. I do accomplish stuff. These are not going to be days that last forever. Those kind of things. And if you don't want to write, because sometimes our hands are hurty, you can always use it like an audio thing. Use your phone to just like take a little memo, voice memo kind of thing. And then when you're not feeling good, you can just kind of listen back to it. I don't know, be your own best supporter, because that's really important. I am a huge propagator for coziness any time of the year, but especially during fall. I have blankets pretty much in every room. It's like, if I'm in the living room, it's the brown blanket. If I'm in the dining room, it's the green blanket. If I'm in my bedroom, there's a beige blanket. I don't know. I didn't actually do that on purpose, but it's kind of ended up that way. And I love having something cozy to just snuggle up in whenever I'm not feeling good, wherever I am, regardless. One thing that I have been very adamant about adding into my routine this fall has been moisturizing and hydrating. Well, technically I kind of started with that this summer, but that has been on my to-do list because I'm not great at drinking water the way I should be. And the whole thing with tactile stuff and moisturizing, I find is really good for chronic pain. Just giving yourself a little bit of a massage and moisturizing your skin at the same time. I'm also making sure to add in stretching and stillness every day, and making sure that I get time to just be, just reflect, just meditate, pray, do whatever you want to do. But taking time for stillness is so important, and not getting completely sucked into that hamster wheel thing that is easy to get locked back into when you're back home from after vacation. It's like we have vacation, it's like I'm good, I'm relaxed. And then we just go back into things spinning on and on and on and on and getting stuck. So making sure to pause and reflect, take a break, take a breather, take some deep breaths. That is something that I also add into like the different things in my Finch, like things to do every day. And then I click them and I get little points to my burb, and I can buy cute little clothes or things. Yeah, I really, really like Finch. I really do think that it is super important to make sure that you check in, so it's not like you're living for your routines and the routines that you set, but it's rather, okay, I'm setting my routines depending on how I am feeling, and I'm not going to let those routines guilt trip me or make me feel crap because I wasn't able to do them. If they don't work for you, then they don't work for you, and it's like, I'll do something else that does work for me. But finding the things that are possible and the things that are struggles, being like, okay, how can I help myself through these things and these situations, has been super, super valuable. My meal plans have a tendency to be very Swinglish, just saying. But I do love to meal plan and plan out things. I'll show you guys what I used this week. So this week we've got a ton of stuff. This is one of the meal planner pages from my Etsy store. And it's nice to just say, okay, this is what the plan is, and this is what my grocery list is gonna look like. And trying to make sure that I keep things inspired by foods that I know are anti-inflammatory is really, really good. And I am going to be better with that this fall. That is my number one promise to myself. And trying to avoid things that I know are inflammatory, sugar being a big one, red meat, and just things like that. I'm not cutting it out completely, but I am being aware of it. And I'm very aware of the fact that I have a horrible, horrible time getting up in the mornings. It's multiple things, really. It's pain. A lot of it is pain. I do actually usually get in bed at a good time. I usually go to bed around 10, something like that. Sometimes it's like it's hard for me to go to bed earlier because I have kids that are teenagers and I need to make sure that they actually do go to bed. But getting to bed in time so that I get a good night's sleep is vital for me, because if I don't, it's horrible the next day. So making sure that I get a good night's sleep. In the morning, it takes me a while to wake up because of pain levels and things like that. Like when I wake up, I'm always in pain. It's just, that's something that happens pretty much every day. So it's not like, oh, this morning I'm hurting. It's like, no. This is my baseline pain levels every day. So it's like, okay, I know that I'm going to need time, because when I wake up, it's going to be hurty and it's going to take me a while. So giving myself that time, and so it's like, dude, it does not work for me to set my alarm close to when it's time to leave, because I know that I need to give myself time. I need to make sure that the kids do what they need to do in the morning, and they don't need to be stressed, or I'd say they can't really be stressed. It's not a good situation. So making sure that I have that margin. So I try to minimize too many decisions having to be made in the morning. One good thing for me has been to plan out my clothes the day ahead, to not have to maybe necessarily be too creative when I'm already dealing with just hauling my butt out of bed. So planning what I'm going to wear, what accessories I want, and if there's a specific makeup look, and that can also be like, if that's something that you think is fun, it's also a bit of in Swedish we call it a carrot. Do you call it a carrot? I don't know. Do you say that? Like a carrot, like the whole like carrot and whatever. Something to look forward to, I guess, if you think that it's something that's fun. So preparing your clothes and being like, ooh, I'm getting ready to be cute. That can be a motivation. And Monday is going to be really exciting. So my murder mystery romance novel, the first one I've ever written, is finally out for pre-order on Amazon, which is so exciting. It drops Monday, so you can order it now, but it is coming out and the Kindle ebook version will be available Monday. The paperback one, I'm thinking Monday, sometime next week anyway. So that's going to be super exciting. And if you do want to get it, I'll put a link down here below. Thank you so much for sticking around, for coming with me. If you guys have some ideas, like some things that you are doing for fall, some reset routines, any tips and tricks, please put them in the comments box below. It is so much fun to hear what you guys have to say. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.